Hello, my name is Sandra Park, and I designed a tool that can aid the hearing impaired community in a tangible way. We were given the topic ad hoc and rehoc in the age of COVID-19. Ad hoc in Latin means for this, and it's a makeshift solution used in place of everyday products. When looking for an ad hoc that was created during the pandemic, I came across an article of a student from Eastern Kentucky University who designed a mask with a clear panel for people who read lips or facial cues. That got me interested in other ad hocs the deaf community have created, and I found pre-written drive-through orders and several different ways to wear a face mask so it doesn't rip out cochlear implants. The way this community was creating easy solutions to daily problems intrigued me, and I looked deeper into the needs of the hearing impaired. Going into my target audience and purpose, I had the opportunity to get a few surveys and interviews from the deaf community. Although there were ad hocs, I learned from research that many deaf people had problems that weren't resolved and they lived with the discomfort. A lot of this was because designs were marketed for people with hearing. Due to a smaller market and lower demand, products were expensive, outdated, and not so visually appealing. Also, not everyone can afford a hearing dog or an expensive cochlear implant that requires an extensive procedure that drills into the skull. This made me realize there was a need for a product directed for the hearing impaired, but also something that can appeal to anyone who needs a more tangible alert system. During my market research, I read about people complaining about strobe light fire alarms that could trigger strokes, and there were concerned drivers that had to be alert at all times to never miss a cue, since hearing a car honk was not possible. There were also people who couldn't wake up from the same vibration pattern every morning. Among these issues, an ad hoc that stood out was a way for deaf people to enjoy concerts. Holding up a balloon or empty water bottle amplifies the vibration of the music, making concerts enjoyable for the deaf in a different way. Inspired by this, I decided to design a wristband that responds to sudden decibel increases by using haptic feedback. In the beginning steps of my progress, I wanted to decide on 3 keywords to design around. The words were intuitive, essential, and intimate. Intuitive as in a product that doesn't give headaches from interacting, something that emphasizes on glanceability so the user experience is more instinctive. Essential as in a tool that becomes an extension of the body, not something that sticks out, blending into all types of lifestyles and situations with ease. Intimate as in close to the skin, literally and figuratively, a product that can communicate with the user in their custom language or pattern. With these words in mind, I came up with Dactyl. Dactyl is a wristband that can alert you with special vibration patterns so you can be more aware of your surroundings. It can also function as an alarm for anyone who needs a more hands-on and intimate way to wake up, so anyone from a completely deaf person to someone who has trouble waking up with only noises can use this. This wristband comes with 2 batteries so you can keep it on you at all times. While one is in use, the other can be charging. It also comes with a compact charging port connected by a USB cable. There are 8 levels to the LED light starting from green, the left center of the rainbow. If that lights up, it means there was a noise between 75 to 85 decibels. From there, each level climbs 10 decibels, the total ranging from 75 to 155. This device doesn't react to all sounds, only the sudden rise of decibels that a hearing person would notice. For example, a normal conversation ranges from 60 to 65 decibels, and if someone starts to vacuum, the device detects a sudden 75 decibels and gives the user a buzz with the blink of a green light. I wanted to stray away from the medical feel a normal deaf product has and tried to make the model sleek and minimal. In the process of that, I made sure this product could be put on and off with ease, thus eliminating the buckle or clasp connection a normal watch has. For Dactyl, the battery also functions as the main connection that keeps the product around your wrist. Because the battery plays a big role, I had to make sure that it stays in place once inserted into the band, so it's shaped like so to ensure the silicone band to wrap around the whole battery once in. This is the sectional analysis for a better understanding. The small divots on the body and the connection part of the battery maximizes the touching surface area, and because of the soft and stretchy material of the band, pushing the battery out wouldn't be a problem. The charger that comes with has an engraving of the logo on the front and a divot in the back that lines up with the battery. Here are the dimensions of the product. It's a metric for a more accurate sizing. As mentioned, the band of Dactyl is a silicone rubber to make it waterproof and breathable. The outer layer of the battery is stainless steel. For the color selection, the classic black, gray, and white is the basic choice. However, I made sure to add orange and blue as an option and utilize these colors in the app. Going into the mechanics, this is a general outline of how the inside of Dactyl would look. Since the silicone band is created from injection molding, the empty pockets wouldn't exist in real life. As you can see here, the flexible circuit connects the PCBs for mobility. The pancake motor would be the source of vibration in the product. Now going into the in-context shots for a better visual aid. This is how Dactyl would look like on a bedside table, on a male hand, and on a female hand. On the right is a photo of my own hand with the printed model on for a clearer size reference. I would be a woman's medium. In order to interact with a screenless product and utilize customization, there is a need for a phone app the product can connect to. This is the layout of the interface the app would have. When you go into the app, the first screen that pops up is the analysis page. When Dactyl alerts you, there are two options. You can look around to find the source of the sound and go on with your life, or open the app and submit the information. Through data collection, the app would learn the frequency of the sound and tell you next time the sound occurs what it is. On the bottom of the tab, there is information about the color and range of decibels so you can read and detect what the sound could have been. There is a clock tab on this app for alarms and timers. The app connects to Dactyl so you can wake up to any vibration pattern on your wrist. It also has a timer to make sure you're reminded after any length of time. The vibration tab is where the pattern customization happens. There are standard options for those who don't want to create their own, but you can customize patterns so you can know what an 85 to 95 decibel alert feels like. There's a learning curve for this part, but once you get the grasp of it, you won't even have to look at Dactyl to know that there was a noise of 85 to 95 decibel. You'll be feeling the sound through haptic feedback. The color tab is another customizable part of Dactyl, the LED lights. The standard colors are in place, but you can change the gradation to any color and even control the brightness in case you're going into a movie theater. The content tab is social media for Dactyl. You can share your patterns and noises you interact with, so other people can learn from the information. Certain brands of electronics with their special noises would be easy to share, along with common sounds we all know, like the New York fire trucks. And of course, you can feel the patterns before adding or editing it. Now the packaging of the product. When the outer layer comes off, the box inside opens like a book. This visually communicates clearly with the user and doesn't bring complication into the opening experience. The inside layer has simple instructions to guide the user to connect to the app. By now, you've seen this logo a few times for the brand. It's the outline of the product, but it can also be a symbol of an ear with sound waves. The box is a simple design that incorporates a lot of the elements from the app, as well as the brand slogan, "Feel the Sound." This is Dactyl. Are there any comments or questions?